Tiana, scoreless in the first half, but then the second you turn it on, you end up with 17. What changed from the first half to the second?
Yeah, well, the first half, I was in a little bit of foul trouble, so I couldn't be as aggressive as I wanted to be. As well, our offense in the first half, we were running a lot of zone offense, and in the second half, we ran more of a man offense, which gave me the opportunity to go one-on-one. And I think that's what really helped my game. And in the second half, I became more aggressive.
Saw you and Marina kind of talking in the first half. Was there any frustration when they're doing something, anything to kind of get in your head that kind of frustrate you early in the first half that led to some foul trouble?
Not really. I just think our offense, it wasn't flowing how it was in the second half. I don't know. The second foul I didn't really think was a foul, so I guess, I don't know, there was nothing I could have really done.
Miranda, they had a lot of success in the paint today, 60 points. What were their bigs doing specifically to get them so much success inside?
Well, Notre Dame, they're really good at, seeing their floor, driving, attacking, and dumping it off. And there were a lot of mismatches today. We had, our top two guards switching on to post players, so I guess that gave them an advantage to, score over them. So it was.
You're down by 3, 26-23, and then they go on a 16-0 run. They scored all the points inside during that run. What happened during that spurt?
I guess we kind of just lost our heads. We weren't focused. I feel like maybe some of us, let our heads down a little bit, but I don't know. I guess we just. We had a lot of turnovers, and people weren't hustling back, and they were just, I don't know, pushing in transition.
Here's a question for you: the 16-0 run, when it got away from you, especially with the points in the paint, what did you see in that Notre Dame run there?
Like Miranda said, just the turnovers we had. Notre Dame is probably the best team in the country in transition, and we turn the ball over and not make shots that leads to their transition points, and I think that's where we struggled at in the second quarter. We just turning the ball over and not getting back in their transition.
You guys had a hard second quarter. You come back in the third quarter on a 23-20 run between you guys. What did Q tell you at halftime that really pumped up your third quarter?
He just came in the locker room and told us to keep our heads up. Don't look at the score. It's come out second half. It's a new half, a 0-0. And I think we just came out and played harder, and we started, making shots, and our turnovers weren't as bad, and we was getting back in transition. And I think we just came out with a different attitude in the second half.
Tiana, were you feeling good after the first quarter? Obviously down 5, but it seemed like you guys could stay with them. Did you feel like you could extend that to all 4 quarters?
After the first quarter? Yeah, for sure. We were only down by 5. That's nothing. That's 2 possessions right there. So, yeah, we were in it. I think, that second quarter really got us, and it was hard to get back into the game after being down by 20, I think. We were down by something like that. So it was kind of hard to get back into, and then we got down by 30, and then we took it back to 20. So it was just hard to get back into that game.
Tiana, who was harder? Okay.
Tiana, who was harder to guard, Marina or Enrique?
Enrique. Easy.
Started with Marina a little bit in the first quarter.
Yeah.
What about those, different types of play kind of maybe screw you up?
She just shoots, really. She brings the ball up, but she's a shooter.
Tiana, you're known as one of the best passers in the country, one of the leading assisters in the country, but this Notre Dame team is a team that passed the ball incredibly well. They had almost 30 assists today.
Yeah.
How much more difficult does it make it to guard a team that passes the ball so well from every position?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that before when I was looking at the stats. I was like, man, it's a lot of assists, and that's why they're so good. Assists, sharing the basketball is really what wins you the game. Sharing it, everyone scoring, everyone contributing, no matter if it's points, assists, or steals, anyway, just contributing. And, that's a great thing to have. And it's hard to guard when they're moving the ball fast, that high-low, with Brianna Turner down on the low block. It's really hard to guard. And so, yeah, they did a good job of that.
How frustrating is it when you look at a big like Jessica Shepard, who's supposed to be, the one catching it on the block, and she ends up making some of the best passes of the game? Is that frustrating to watch, knowing that she's a big and she can still pass like that?
Yeah, for sure, and I think her experience really helps her in that. I think Emily on our team, she does that in practice a lot. Her passes are actually very good. And so I think when I look at Emily, I see when she's experienced a little bit more, played in the college league, she will be like that. It's a great attribute to have, and it's very hard to guard.
One more question.
Tiana, they do a lot of things well that you guys, I guess, try to do well consistently. You mentioned the assists and also three-point shooting inside the arc. I guess when you look at this Notre Dame team, do you kind of notice that and, see that this is kind of like, I guess, the perfect of what you guys are trying to hit?
Yeah. When we watch film, I watched film of last year's game. When we watch film of them throughout this year, it's what they do best: transition, hitting threes, knocking those shots down. Most of their shots tonight I felt were a little bit wide open. That's hard. They do good things all around, really, not just in one position. They're really great at every position. So.
Thank you.